Finally, after a damn near decade. What the hell took so damn long? One Piece versus Naruto. And probably the two guys in there, besides Zoro and a couple of the sword users in Naruto, and of course the main characters. This is a match I actually wanted to see if this ever happened. Uh, Fortunately for me, because I don't watch a lot of Naruto, the only match I ever watched was Rock Lee versus Gaara, the one everyone was talking about, and it was a damn good fight, definitely. Unfortunately, like WWE, they didn't follow up well with it. He was barely mentioned. He was barely anything after that, so I didn't bother watching. I liked Rock Lee and his character and his struggle to keep up with everybody else who was gifted with everything. That was cool. Unfortunately, they did nothing with it. They didn't follow up with it at all. Look, at least soon afterwards. It took like many, many, many years later, so I didn't care. So I definitely know Sanji's story. I definitely know his abilities. I definitely know Rock Lee's abilities. I checked out future versions of Rock Lee when he was fighting against other people in the future. More or less the same moves. I think he has one other gate he can open, but the gates will likely be Rock Lee's undoing. Because if Sanji can weather the storm, Rock Lee has to peter out, and then flame kick and you're done. Sanji has a ton of moves at his disposal. I believe he upgraded 2 times in the series. The first one was when he was on the transgender island, and he boosted himself into getting a power up physically, and he got new abilities like the skywalk. Both characters can more or less work in the air. But Sanji has more control over himself in the air. Rock Lee has more speed in the air, but Sanji's no slouch. So when it comes to the air abilities, I think Rock Lee will win that one. However, if Sanji can move out the way, I think Rock Lee is like a cue ball. It goes in one direction and it really can't veer unless it bounces off something. So Sanji can know about that. Rock Lee's going to have a hard time touching Sanji. Sanji, like most of the characters in One Piece, is a fast character. Sanji has a lot of abilities. He's like, I can't even go through them all. He's at least 15. It's ridiculous. Spinning around there, double kicks in the air. They're all in French because I don't know all the names. But like, he has an upper version, a downward version, straight at you version, light up his feet to do more damage. Like I said, the skywalk. He can like do a Pele kick type move. He never uses his hands. Rock Lee definitely uses hands, but it's not a factor in this fight. Sanji is very proficient when it comes to quote unquote taekwondo, if you will. It's not capoeira, because capoeira is more like using music to the movements and using graceful style to your movements. And that's definitely not Sanji. Sanji's more or less Taekwondo. Taekwondo can use punching, but Sanji never does. And his movements are more or less Taekwondo than Capoeira for sure. Because Capoeira will use your hands to stable yourself for your kick attacks, but Sanji won't do that. He'll never use his hands like that. It's only for cooking. He'll never mess with his hands. So Sanji versus... Oh my god, this is unbelievable. So with those powers, so if Rock Lee opens the gates, he opens the gates he opens the gates there where like all the blood is and everything and all around him, and it's like messing him up there. Sanji's gonna have a problem. Sanji's gonna have a fucking problem. Sanji will have a fucking problem. If I'm sure Rock Lee will open all the gates because they want to show the best of his abilities. So when Rock Lee opens up all the gates, Sanji's gonna be in a fucking problem. He's gonna be in a panic. It's gonna be messed up. So, if Sanji, like I said, if Sanji can weather that gate storm, Rock Lee's done. If for some reason Rock Lee makes a good hit on Sanji, I think Sanji's done right there. Sanji, more or less in the series, has gotten beaten up, but not by much per se. Rock Lee has taken a beating. And I think, more or less in the end, Sanji will prevail because Sanji doesn't really get beat up a lot for them to take note of that. Rock Lee's gotten beat up plenty of times, so Sanji beating up another guy like that shouldn't be a big deal. Like I said, the power and speed game will go to Rock Lee if he opens the gates. But if Sanji can dodge those attacks, which I think he can, Rock Lee will be in trouble. So, I didn't even talk about the final form, or the current form of Sanji, which is Osaba Mask, from the Wano arc, where he transforms into a version of a Super Sentai, like his brothers and everything, his brother and father, and that when he gets a power-up boost as well, he can manipulate in the air as well. He can like literally stand in the air and everything because he has rocket boots. So if they implement that in there as well, Rock Lee will have a hard time catching him, and that speed boost that Osama Mask gives will likely be a challenge for Rock Lee, because Sanji's maneuverability in the air will definitely go up a lot. And Osama Mask also has the ability to turn invisible, and that can be a problem for Rock Lee as well. So I want to see this match badly. Too bad they blew the 3D budget on this one. And as what kind of battle I think it will be, 2D or 3D? You already did 3D for this one. Both characters are more or less known for their anime counterparts, so it could be, so likely will be animated. So I'm gonna guess 2D. So that's it for now. Clack off!